and welcome to No Win, No Fee. Playing today, 12 people from very different backgrounds, all hoping to win £4,000. And I'm hoping that they don't. And that's because I do not get paid for presenting this show. Fact, if one of these people takes the money, then I go home with absolutely nothing. Zero. No win, no fee from me. And if you don't believe me, and some people don't, take a look at my contract. Read what it says. There it is in black and white. Remuneration. The presenter agrees that he shall receive no fee for providing the services. In fact, the only way I get anything is if everyone here fails to take home that money. And then I get £4,000. So let's meet the people standing between me and my fee today. Ian, Judy, Wendy, Ed, Amanda, Angela, Penny, Bob, Paul, Michelle, Howard and Alan. Now, you're all virtual strangers who only met just before the show. The only thing you really know about each other are those names, but I can tell you that playing amongst us today, we have a linguist, a stage manager and a diving instructor. So this is going to be a game of assumption and presumption. In round one, to stay in the game, you have to pick an opponent who is going to get a question wrong. But look out, be careful. If they answer correctly, then you go out. So it's sudden death, and you've only got first impressions to go on. And we start by randomly choosing one of you. 12 people here now at the end of this round. Half of you will have left us. Who's up first to choose a question? And getting us underway today, Penny, it's you. Join me and choose a question. Of course, there's a bit of luck in every game. Are you a lucky person, Penny? Ever won anything?
No, the only thing I've ever won in my life are 2 trout.
Pick the bones out of one of these 2 questions then. Top or bottom? Which one is somebody here going to get wrong? Which one is somebody going to fail at?
The top question.
You've got the maximum number of opponents to choose between. Which member of the royal family was born on August the 15th, 1950? Howard's looking very thoughtful. Wendy looks cheerful. Who's it going to be, Penny?
I'm going to go for Ian.
Ian. Penny thinks you're going to fail at the first question. Join us and try and prove her wrong. A lot of money in, £4,000. If you get this wrong, you're out. Ian, which member of the royal family was born on August the 15th, 1950?
Well, by my reckoning, that makes them 52. I think that the member of the royal family who's 52 is Prince Charles.
The answer is Princess Anne. Ian, you are wrong. Which means, after a slightly nervous moment, Penny takes a step towards my fee. She's into the next round. And Ian, commiserations, but go home. You're out of the game. And that's what the first round's all about. 1 through, 1 out, and you've got to be a good judge of character with only first impressions to go on. Judy, join me and choose a question. Choice of 2 questions first, top or bottom. Which one is somebody going to get wrong? Take your time, big decision.
The bottom.
The bottom question. Study their reactions. Nostromo is the spaceship in which series of sci-fi films? Alan is looking very puzzled. Ed looks confident. Who's going to fail?
Amanda.
Amanda, Judy thinks you're going to get this one wrong. Join us and try and prove her wrong. So why did you pick Amanda?
I wouldn't have chosen a man.
Oh, no.
Not for sci-fi.
How do you feel, Amanda?
Wow, there's a lot of films to choose from.
I'm going to read the question. If you give me the right answer, you stay in the game. If you're wrong, you're out. Nostromo is the spaceship in which series of sci-fi films?
Well, I'm going to go for Alien.
Alien is the right answer. Which means, Amanda, you're being beamed into the next round even as we speak. And Judy, commiserations, but I'm happy to say, go home, you're out.
Thank you.
So be careful which question you choose. Get it wrong and you'll be heading for home with Judy. Angela, join me and pick somebody to go head-to-head with. Seven faces. But only 2 questions in front of you now. Which one is somebody going to fail at? Top or bottom? It's a £4,000 decision.
I'll go for the bottom.
The bottom question. Study their reactions. Tresor Lamana Lua Lua signed for which English Premiership club in September 2000? Have you narrowed it down at all, Angela?
Slightly. I'm going to go for Michelle.
Michelle, Angela thinks a football question's going to kick you into touch. Join us and we'll find out. So why Michelle?
I guess I'm stereotyping men to know about football and women to not. Just hoping.
OK, Michelle. Angela's banking on you failing on this one. If you get it right, you stay in the game. Angela goes home. Here's the question. Tresor Lamana Lua Lua signed for which English Premiership club in September 2000?
I'm going to go for Newcastle.
Newcastle is the right answer. Which means you've made it through to the next round. And Angela, I'm happy to say, go home, you're out.
Thanks.
You've only got first appearances to go on, and they could be deceiving. Join me now, Bob, and pick a question.
I knew that one as well.
You knew that one, did you? Footy fan, are you?
Yeah.
Don't give away too much. Choice of 2 questions, top or bottom. Which one is somebody here going to get wrong? Tough decision, worth £4,000.
The bottom.
The bottom question. Study their reactions. At the start of which decade did China invade Tibet? Who's it going to be?
Wendy.
Wendy, he wants you out. Join us and try and push him out. Not a student of world affairs, then, you think, Bob?
I thought she was the youngest contestant left, so...
Charmer.
Although, of course, we do have a linguist here today. Wendy, I'm going to read the question. To stay in the game, you must give me the right answer. If you are right, it's goodbye, Bob, but if you're wrong, you go home. At the start of which decade did China invade Tibet?
Let's go with the 90s.
The answer is the 1950s. Wendy, you are wrong. Which means, Bob, you're a good judge of character. You take a step closer to my fee. And Wendy, commiserations.
Cheerio.
But I'm happy to say, go home.
bet you are.
You're out. Who's up next to pick an opponent after they've chosen a question? And Howard, it's you. You've avoided being picked so far. Come on up and choose a question. And of course, you're the last contestant in this round with a choice of opponents. But first, top or bottom? Which one is somebody here, somebody left in the running, most likely to get wrong?
Tricky.
You're doing the right thing, though, weighing up your opponents, reminding yourself of
Yes.
first impressions, what they look like to you, what they might be interested in.
I'll go for the bottom one.
OK, the bottom question He's picked what he thinks is a tough question. He's going to try and match the right opponent to it, the opponent who's going to get it wrong. Chrissie Hynde was the vocalist of which band? Is it going to be Ed, Paul or Alan answering that for you, Howard?
I'll go for Ed.
Ed, he wants to stay in the game, and he can only do that by pushing you out. Join us and try and stop him. Ed, Chrissie Hynde was the vocalist of which band?
She did a lot of solo work. But I think it was the Pretenders.
The Pretenders is the right answer. Which means, Ed, you've taken a tiny step closer to my fantastic fee of £4,000. Howard, go home, you're out.
Thanks, Bob.
Just 2 people left in the first round, but only 1 place. And who's going to choose a question and who's going to answer a question? Paul, it's going to be you. Join me and pick a question. No choice of opponent, but you do get a choice of 2 questions. Which one of those 2 is Alan most likely to get wrong? Indeed. Big decision, £4,000 riding on it.
I think the top one's pretty obvious, so I'm going to go for the bottom question.
The bottom question. OK, Alan, in the interest of fairness, I'm going to read this question and I'm going to give you the same thinking time that everybody else has had. Alan, in which year did Prince Andrew marry Sarah Ferguson? It is tricky reading people just on first impressions, isn't it?
Sure is, yeah.
OK, Alan, I'd like you to join us and we'll find out who's going through to the next round. Here's the question that Paul has chosen, the question he hopes you're going to get wrong. If you do get it wrong, you're out. But if you're right, you stay in the game and it's bye-bye, Paul. Here's the question. In which year did Prince Andrew marry Sarah Ferguson?
I've got very little idea, so I'll have to... 1982.
July the 23rd. Lovely day, as I recall. A lovely day in 1986. Alan, you are wrong. Which means, Paul, you chose the right question. You're a bit closer to my fee. And Alan, commiserations, but I'm happy to say, go home, you're out. 12 people came here today determined to win £4,000 and send me away with nothing. Remember, I do not get paid for presenting this show unless everyone else fails. And then that money becomes my fee. Happily, 6 people are on their way home already, but 6 remain. And they are Ed, Amanda, Penny, Bob, Paul, and Michelle. And well done to all of you. Now, you may have survived through skill or tactics, or was it just good luck? Either way, at least you've now all had the chance to see the opposition in action. And anything you may have learnt could prove to be very valuable indeed, because in round 2, judgment of character is crucial. You now have to choose an opponent before you even know their question. As always, we start by randomly choosing one of you. So who's a good judge of character? Who can see through the opposition? Or who can put their trust in somebody else? Who respects an opponent's general knowledge and can keep them both in the game? In this round, the first person picking an opponent is going to be Michelle. Come and do it. Who have you got the measure of, would you say, Michelle?
It's very difficult. I think I'll have to go for Penny.
Penny, Michelle wants a head-to-head with you. Come and join us. How are you feeling, Penny?
Very nervous.
Might get worse when you hear the question.
I know.
Might get a lot better, of course, because it's very simple. I'll read you a question, Penny. Before we hear your answer, Michelle has got to tell me whether you're going to get it right or wrong. But you have to get it right to stay in the game. What was the first national commercial radio station based in the UK. What are you thinking?
She's looking a bit pensive, but that could all just be an act.
She could be trying to double bluff you, couldn't she?
She could be, yeah.
She could be confident and wants to look a bit uncertain, so you say she's going to get it wrong. She could want you out.
She's going to get it wrong.
She's going to get it wrong.
I hope so.
Right. What was the first national commercial radio station based in the UK?
I'm going to make a guess at Radio Caroline.
The correct answer is Classic FM. Penny, you are wrong. Which means Michelle was right to predict you'd fail. Michelle stays in the running for my fee. And Penny, I'm happy to say, sit down because you are out. And that's the way I like it, nice and quick. Who's up next to pick an opponent? And it's Ed. Ed, join me and pick somebody you've got the measure of. Now you've got to use your judgment and maybe keep your fingers crossed for a bit of luck. Who can you read, Ed?
I think I'll pick Paul.
Paul, he wants you to answer a question on his behalf. Here's your question. It's very simple. Before we hear your answer, Ed's got to tell me whether you are going to get it right or wrong. You have to give me the right answer there to stay in the game. Bismarck is the capital of which US state? What are your first impressions, right or wrong?
My gut feeling is he doesn't know it.
Right or wrong?
Wrong. I think he's going to get it wrong.
Wrong. OK, Paul. Ed thinks you're going to fail on this one, and by failing, keep him in the game. But if you're right, you stay in, and he goes out. Bismarck is the capital of which US state?
Nebraska popped into my head, but I don't know why. Nebraska.
The answer is North Dakota. Paul, you are wrong. Which means Ed was right to predict you were going to fail, Paul. He stays in the game. Commiserations, but I'm happy to say, sit down, you're out. Slicing off contestants at a rate of knots now, I'm happy to say. Who's up next? And it's Bob, looking resolute. Join me, Bob, and pick an opponent. Are you a good judge of character, would you say, Bob?
I thought so before today.
Tricky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Choice of three. Who do you want to go head-to-head with?
Amanda.
Amanda. Bob thinks he's got the measure of you. Join us, and we'll find out whether he's right. Is that what you picked up, Bob?
We're more or less the same age, I think, so hopefully our knowledges will be the same.
I'll read a question. Before we hear your answer, Bob's going to tell us whether you are going to get it right or wrong, but you have to give me the right answer to stay in the game. Which Shakespeare play features the line, "All the world's a stage, and the men and women merely players"? Got a stage manager here today.
Mm. I'll go for you get it wrong.
It's a very hasty decision, if you don't mind me saying. You haven't thought it through. With respect, trust me, I've seen this happen many times. People weep afterwards. I just want to help. I'm only here to guide you through this difficult procedure. Sure, I've got a vested interest, but that's a long way off. At the moment, I'm completely unbiased. I want you both out.
No, I'll still stay wrong.
Amanda, Bob thinks you're going to get this wrong. If you do get it wrong, you're out. But if you're right, you stay in the game. Bob sits the rest of the show out. Amanda, which Shakespeare play features the line, "All the world's a stage and the men and women merely players"?
Hamlet.
The answer is As You Like It. Amanda, you are wrong. And Bob is breathing a huge sigh of relief. He lives to fight through at least one more question. But for you, Amanda, the curtain has rung down. And I've got to say to you, sit down, you are out. 3 down, 3 still in. Who's coming up next to pick an opponent? And he's going to have to work his way towards my fee. Bob, join me once again. Bob, Ed or Michelle? Who do you want to push out for me next?
Ed.
Ed, he's hoping he's got the measure of you. Join us and hear a question. Okay, it's very simple. I'm going to read you a question, Ed. Before we hear your answer, Bob's going to tell me whether you are going to get it right or wrong, but you have to give me the right answer to stay in the game. At which 2 sports was John Surtees a world champion? I'll read that again. At which 2 sports was John Surtees a world champion?
Well, I've never heard of John Surtees. So I think it's going to be something obscure, so I'll go, he'll get it wrong.
You decided very quickly he's going to get it wrong.
Yeah, went with my instincts last time, and I'll stay with it this time.
You think he's going to get it wrong?
Yeah.
OK, Ed. At which 2 sports was John Surtees a world champion?
I have a feeling he was a Formula 1 champion, but I don't know where I'm getting that from either. But if I went with that, I've got to come up with something else, which is probably vaguely related, such as Indy, possibly. I think I'll go with that, Formula 1 in IndyCar racing.
Of course, he was Formula 1 champion in 1964. Very well known, that is. He was also 7 times world champion on a motorbike. So, Ed, you are wrong. Which means Bob has made yet another correct prediction. And Ed, commiserations, sit down, you're out. There's a big pay packet looming for one of us. My fee, £4,000. Who's going to get the money? And who's going to predict whether the other person's going to get a question right or wrong? Michelle is going to have to tell us whether or not Bob knows the correct or the incorrect answer to a question that could be worth £4,000. Would you please both join me now? A lot of money at stake, Michelle. You're going to do your best now, Bob, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's very simple. I read a question. Before we hear Bob's answer, Michelle, you've got to tell me whether he's going to get it right or wrong. Bob, you have to give me the right answer to stay in the game and stay in the running for my fee. Here's the question. What is the capital of Ukraine? Now, we've seen a lot of Bob. He's done well to get this far, but he's a bit of a man of mystery because he has yet to answer a single question. He's got this far through his judgment of character, maybe a bit of luck, and his perseverance. It's up to you, though. Don't let me influence you. Shall I read the question again?
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Bob.
All right.
We don't need an answer yet. What is the capital of Ukraine? What are your instincts telling you, Michelle?
Nothing.
I find him difficult to read. And in some ways, I'd quite like to get the nightmare over and done with quickly as well.
Well, I'm going to say he's going to get it wrong.
You think he's going to fail? If he gets it right, you go home with nothing.
It's one of those things, isn't it? Came with nothing.
But if he's wrong, you get £4,000.
Yeah.
He's going to get it wrong.
Yeah.
Very interesting now, Bob, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit different standing this side.
Bob, if you give us the right answer, you get my fee of £4,000. If you're wrong, that money goes to Michelle. Either way, once again, I'm going home empty-handed. No win, no fee for me. So, Bob, for £4,000, what is the capital of Ukraine?
I've been trying to go through all the Baltic states. And the only thing I can come up with is Kiev.
And that's your answer?
Yeah.
The correct answer is Kiev. Bob, you've just won £4,000. Which means, after a lot of effort, Michelle, like me, you're going away empty-handed. Sit down, because you are now out. Bob is the winner today. Congratulations, Bob.
Cheers.
What are you going to do with the money?
I don't know yet. More likely to take the kids on holiday.
OK, you've earned it. It's his, but it should have been mine. I've got to sit down because I'm out. Join us the next time on No Win, No Fee to find out who gets my cash. Today's winner, it's Bob.